David, we're through to the next round of the Herts Charity Cup. Was that a bit more complicated than maybe you hoped, or was it about having a look at some people tonight?
Yeah, it was sort of more about that, Joe. It was a little bit, like you say, having a look at a few people. There's, as you can tell from performances, there's sort of positions and places up for grabs at the minute. We haven't found the right formula as such at the minute, and this was a chance to have a look at a couple of people tonight. So yes, it was a little bit more complicated. You still think we should take the win, but you know, we faced a Hitchin side that was good tonight.
They were up for it.
Yeah, up for it, of course, Joe. You should be up for every game of football. It's as simple as that. But you know, when you're playing a team above you, a so-called better team, you want to go and prove yourself, and that should be every person's mentality every time they step on a football pitch, that you want to go and prove yourself. And Hitchin did. They put on a good show tonight, and you know, we got a late equaliser and one on pens, but like you say, it was not an easy night.
And George Hoddle with that late equaliser, just how good was that goal?
Superb. It's what George can do. He's, for someone so young right now, he's got great running power, as we know. He's got a great will to win, the boy. He's, you know, there's a little bit of play over by me right at the end of the game. I think it might have even been before we scored, and they break away. George covers ground. George wants to win. He affects the game, Joe, in whatever way he can. He's not a massive shouter and a talker, but he leads by performance. He leads by action.
Well, an example of that as well is, like, there's a point in the game the ball bounces off him and then he's tracking back at the other end as well. So he does it everywhere. He does both.
Like I say, he's a great runner. He moves. He covers the ground. He sees the game. He's like we've said before. He's got a future, the kid.
100%. And we've just signed Dean Woodman on loan from Wealdstone. Dion Woodman. I did meet him earlier, so I should know that. Was that someone who impressed you at Wealdstone during your time there?
Yes, I mean, in a short spell, it was a bit of a difficult time for him. We had people in front, but Dion's a boy with a super attitude, great physique, physically, as you see, and we need reinforcements at the back. He's someone that I'm glad's here to help us out.
And just lastly, Michael Johnson, he already has a reputation for penalties. Why do some keepers just have the knack?
He's not got a reputation. It's unbelievable, Joe. I can't remember exactly the figures, so I might be way off track here, but I think it's something like 50% of the penalties since he's been at St Albans he's saved, which
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. He does have that knack. He knows where people are going to go. I don't know whether it's, you know, you'd have to ask him, Joe, but he saves a lot of penalties is the answer to that question.
I noticed he has a little word with them on the way up.
I mean, that's all part of it. It's taking the penalties as much in the mind as it is in the technique and the strike of the ball. It's a lot of it is in the mind.
Yeah, 100%. Well done today, David. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.